What's up, everybody? I'm Metal Nick,
I'm Jeff Grindstoffer.
and welcome to
And
episode number
Simon.
10. Welcome to episode number 108 of Vinyl Bang. Today's guest is from the band Beyond Creation, Mr. Simon Girard. Simon, welcome to the show today, sir. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, Simon.
Simon is calling us from. You're away from home right now. You said, right?
Yes, correct. I temporarily live in Costa Rica at the moment,
Oh,
but I'm
oh,
I'm from the area of Montreal, near
oh,
the south.
cool,
Yeah.
killer. Well, Simon came to the show today to talk records with us, and let's not waste any time. Simon, what's the first album you want to talk about?
Well, yeah. Some of my favorite ones that I've been listening a lot to. One is from the Contortionist, Clairvoyant. It's very prog. It's kind of like prog jazz metal, I would say.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, it's very interesting how they've been. I don't know, like mixing the elements. It's very catchy, easy to follow, but at the same time, when you pay good attention to the music, to the details, like there's a lot of stuff for the musicians itself. Like it's very like it's complicated without being complicated. I don't know if that makes sense anyway, but yeah, Clairvoyant is a great album from the Contortionist. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it, but
I am aware of the Contortionists. I don't know how many of their albums I've actually heard before, but I do know that they are definitely a proggy band.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, very cool elements. Guitar, bass, the drum. There's a keyboard also, so it flows very nicely. Yeah,
hmm hmm
done it right. Um, Other one I have, well, of course, one of my big influence from when I'm kid, Pink Floyd. It's very hard to choose, but if I would go for one, maybe Dark Side of the Moon, um, or think Wish You Were Here is so great too. But yeah, those two albums are just like, especially Dark Side of the Moon. That's probably with our album Beyond Creation, the last album, Algorithm. I got very influenced by it in a way where the storytelling, I wanted to make like a concept album where every songs kind of flows together, and maybe some like punch in and out together. So Dark Side of the Moon to me is a very great album to listen from to back, because every song just blend one into the others, the themes also. So it's like a huge concept where not a lot of bands are doing it, and I always feel very intrigued when I hear some band do concept albums, because it's very hard to manage to do actually. So yeah, very impressed by those two albums.
Right
Definitely.
on. Speaking of Dark Side of the Moon, ironically, today, actually, I was out running errands in a nearby town, and I stopped by my favorite local record store, and they had a promo copy from 1979, an actual promotional copy of Dark Side of the Moon. I can't discuss the price because the price was like, holy
uh,
shit, like I'd have to sell my car to buy this thing, but it was really cool to see a promotional copy from 1979 Dark Side. I was just like, oh my god, this thing is
uh,
phenomenal. Um, Now, just to go ahead and get this out of the way, whenever we were discussing having you on the show, Beyond Creation, of course, has a new album coming out. I mean, do you want
yes,
to take a second to talk about that real quick? Just kind of not really get that out of the way, but let's talk about your band's new album real quick. Just go
yeah,
ahead
sure,
and
absolutely. So we just put out a new single called Reverence, and with a music video, a very nice music video. We're really proud of the results. and very proud of the response from the people with the new song, because it's been almost like it's been 7 years and a half since last time we've put out an album, or we've put out new music. So it feels great to put out new music, and it feels even more exciting to receive all those great comments about it. Of course, the fact that it's been such a long time, but also my taste, obviously, with the years changed. I'm the same person, but I don't have the same taste as when I started the band. Like writing the aura, which was extremely fast and technical, and so evolving with the way I write music and compose. Like obviously, I don't write the same, and I was very happy to see so many great comments about the new song that we've put out. Um, so yeah, it's great, and also, so the album is not fully recorded yet. We just put out the first single, but um, later during the year we have a lot of tours coming up because it's the 15th anniversary of the Aura. Um, but yeah, later this year we will enter back the studio to finish the album, and then yeah, maybe later this year or beginning of next year we should be able to release the new album. Very
Awesome.
excited. There's a lot of surprises on this album, a lot of different influence and atmosphere, a lot of things that's gonna maybe reinvent our sound. Or like, of course, you hear Beyond Creation, like I think we have our signature sound that still today is with us, but yeah, just bringing some new elements and just maybe to surprise some of our listeners.
Well, very
Right.
cool, very cool. So, just to go ahead and get this out of the way too, if any songs pop up about collecting records, I'm just going to go ahead and say that we're going to go ahead and get royalties for that. If you write a song about collecting records and going on podcasts about talking about records, that we'll just go ahead and shoot the royalties over to us. But dude, that's awesome that you're writing new music for the first time in 7 years, and I'm sure a lot of your fans are going to be excited to hear, how you've matured and progressed, and where the band's going to go now. So that's awesome.
Mhm. Yeah,
Very
we're
cool.
very happy, very excited about it.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. All
Right
right.
on.
So what's another album you would like to talk about?
Yeah. Let's see. There's one album. Well, let's say two, because obviously, again, hard to choose. But the Faceless is such a great band. I really love all their stuff that they've been putting out over the years. And I remember when Planetary Duality came out, it was just like completely blew my mind. I was already in the writing process of the Aura, and again, Planetary Duality is another album that is kind of conceptual, and that some songs are like linked to one another, and it's just like it was out of this world. Like, and then after they come out with autotheism, that was different but so lovely, like the orchestration and more mid-tempo, and I felt like the composition on autotheism was a really high quality or peak like composition wise. Like, it was great. So those two albums are obviously in my top favorite ones. And of course, how all the technical death metal started for me, I was already listening to Death and Dying Fetus, but the album that really got me into tech death was Epitaph from Necrophagist.
Oh,
So my god, that album is insane, and the production also is incredible. Like, it is so fast, it is so intense, like blast beat all the way, but it doesn't feel harsh. It doesn't feel aggressive. Like you just listen to it, like it's smooth. It's so I always been very intrigued and very um, always really loved the production of this because of this matter. Like it's something that is easy to listen, even though the music it is very very extreme. You know.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as you started talking about technical stuff, I'm like, I really hope he brings up necrophagist. I really hope he brings up necrophagist, just
Yeah,
because.
yeah,
I mean, not to say that they're like a staple with tech death, but it's like they are. You know, I mean,
yeah,
they're one
exactly.
of those bands that if you listen to tech death, it's like if you're not listening to necrophagist, even though it's been what 15 years since they put out an
Mhm.
album, I mean, it's like you're doing it wrong if you're not, you know, if necrophagist isn't on your radar, then it's just, you know, you're doing it wrong. And I know Nick has seen them as well, but you know, I was lucky enough to see them a couple of times back in the day, and just watching them perform, watching Muhammad, just, you
Oh my
know,
god.
incredible.
Mhm.
Absolutely incredible band, and they are absolutely missed 100%. You know, I hold on hope that one of these days that Muhammad will be like, you know what, fuck it, let's do another Necrophagist album. But it probably
Uh,
never happened. But you know, that would be awesome. The world
that
would
would
be a
be
better place if we got new Necrophagist music. So,
absolutely. And funny enough, like we when we released the aura, um, I was at my regular day job, and I received a message from Mohammed, and he was telling me like, "Oh, I'm very happy that you guys put out this album. I think it's one of the best thing I've heard in the past decade." And I was like, I can't believe myself. Like it cannot be
that's all.
true. Like you
Wow.
can be the one writing to me. Like you've been my fucking idol for always. Like it's so yeah, it was a great moment, but just fermented of all this charge, the solos
Yeah.
going,
Oh
and
man.
yeah, Mohammed been one of my main influence, like as especially like singing and playing guitar at the same time. Like I always been super impressed with him, and I think it got me into okay, let's do technical death metal, and I'm gonna push myself to sing at the same time. And because at first with Beyond Creation, I was like, oh, we're gonna find a singer, we're gonna find someone to sing. Like already playing guitar, so but in the end, we were not. I was 15 years old and couldn't find. Like it was very hard to find musicians that were committing to this type of music at 15-year old. Like it's not something easy. So I just decided one day, like fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and try the vocals, and I just got better and better and got some DVDs, some techniques and stuff, and here I am. Like so yeah, receiving this message from Mohammed was a crazy crazy moment.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's cool. Hell yeah.
Uh, One other album that is mind blowing, and I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, but this band is called Exvius. They unfortunately don't play anymore, uh, but it's like some fusion jazz metal, and the main songwriter Timon is I've been playing with Cynic, and you can really feel the influences and stuff. But yeah, the album Liminal is mind blowing. Like some maybe I don't know how far I'm going into the jazzy stuff. Maybe a lot of people are like, nah, no, I can't. I can listen to this like it doesn't reach them, but to me, I'm like that's probably one of the most brilliant thing, like one of the most brilliant album I've heard. Like so crazy. So Liminal from Exvius.
Now, okay, so the name of the band is what? Spell it for me.
Exvius, so Exivious.
Oh wow, I
Exhibit.
got that right.
Yeah,
Nice,
right on.
nice, nice. Now, as far as the jazz aspect and technical stuff, like the different elements being thrown into the technical music. I mean, I appreciate it just because it's not just straight, just it's great and everything, but like to hear different elements thrown in, jazz especially, like the drummer for Cephalic Harmony, John Merriman, is a jazz percussionist, and just to hear his elements thrown into the leadles or whatever you call them, the technical stuff. It gives it a little more substance. It gives it a little more
I
texture,
agree.
more than just straightforward. Just because after a while, I mean, I like pepperoni pizza, but I can't eat the shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the technical, it's cool, but like to hear different elements thrown in is awesome. So that's a band I've never heard, and I'm gonna check them out. I want to check out Exhibit.
Yeah. I'm
Definitely
gonna.
check them out. It's very interesting sound, and it's also very interesting to bring influence from outside death metal or metal in general, and integrate it to tech death or prog metal, because obviously it's like, as you said, like the drummer brings something refreshing. Maybe in the jazz community, it's like, okay, he's doing what you have to do. But here in the death metal genre or technical, you're like, wow, okay, I never heard this type of percussions before or whatever.
Right.
Like it's yeah, it brings the right little details.
My father listened to a lot of jazz when I was a kid, and then I loved that. When I got older, it got me into bands like Candiria, the Dillinger Escape Plan. Bands that throw that element in there as heavy as they can, and there's nothing wrong with it. There absolutely isn't. Like I just discovered this jazz bassist from India like a week ago, and it's just that shit blows my fucking mind. So like, believe me, like there is absolutely an audience for stuff like that.
Nice. Awesome. Well, let's continue maybe in the jazz section. The Cynic Traced in Air has been produced and composed so well, and yeah, just the quality of the recording, the quality of the songs are insane. I'm a big fan of Cynic, but this particular album is, yeah, is I think one of the most brilliant in the genre. It's like a spacey jazz metal, and I've always been dreaming of touring with Cynic, and I never thought it would happen because obviously Beyond Creation is a lot more inclined towards death metal or like heavy stuff, a lot of blast beats and double bass drums, and so to me it was kind of like a dream that will never come true. But funny enough, 2023 we were able to tour together in Latin
Awesome.
America, and so yeah, we toured again last year in Europe together. So yeah, it's like so great, good stuff happening.
That's rad
Awesome.
for sure.
Hmm. Obviously, okay, this next one, of course, everybody will agree on this, but Rust in Peace from Megadeth. I mean, it's, technically speaking, and you go back in the days, like I love Metallica. Don't get me wrong, but like Rust in Peace from Megadeth is above and beyond. It's like the guitar, the drums, the bass, everything was so intense, like so well executed,
Hmm.
and still today they play those songs, and it's like I probably think most of the people are like Angar 18 with all the solos going back and forth, and Take No Prisoners, and just like the songs are amazing, wonderful.
We recently had Dirk on our show
Oh,
from
nice.
Megadeth. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Dirk Verburen was on the show.
great
he's
guest. And
he's
what's
from
up?
France, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that is
Nice.
correct. Right. I guess he's currently living in L.A. right now.
Okay.
But from that era of Megadeth, my all-time favorite song is a song called "Go to Hell," which came on the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey soundtrack. But it was written, I think, around the Rust in Peace days.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, Incredible
Yeah,
stuff.
Rest in Peace is an amazing album, and even like Dawn Patrol, where it's not fucking crazy riffing and shit. Just Dawn Patrol is just like, what is this? This is really just a cool little thing to throw into the middle of that album. But it just, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I love Rest in Peace. It's a classic. And as far as the Metallica versus Megadeth, like I think we should move on from that. But
They're not
there
Well,
are people,
at all like
right?
completely
They're
different musical. Like
oh, for
agreed.
there,
sure.
this
Agreed.
word that I never also like understood. Like why do you have to choose between one or the other? Like
Exactly.
Megadeth is Megadeth, and they do what they do like super well. And Metallica
Uh-huh.
album is like there's yeah, they're very different, but so good both of them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we can probably have you on for part two of this episode, just so we can go back and forth about Metallica and Megadeth, because I mean that's a thing.
Uh,
But anyway,
uh, let me see. Animals as leaders. Animals as leaders is also obviously a band Tosin Abasi that's been doing crazy techniques, crazy stuff. Javier also is. All the musicians in there are crazy, and obviously, like their first album, Animals as Leaders, was incredible. It kind of changed the game of okay, there was technical death metal with Necrophagus, but then when they arrived, it just opened to like the progressive element more pushed like crazy thumping and tapping and stuff and so Animals as Leaders, the first one is crazy. I was Weightless, Joy of Motions, those three albums, even though the last one they've dropped is it last year or 2 years before, was incredible. I think they keep reinventing themselves, but yeah, those three first album always gonna have like a special place for me in my heart. Like as a as an eight-string guitar player, I think Animals as Leaders is a must listen if you I don't know want to learn different techniques and maybe evolve with the progressive playing maybe.
For sure.
yeah, Animals as Leaders. We've talked about them a couple times on the show, and Nick is friends with Tosin, and we have our history with him, whatever. But yeah, they're a phenomenal band for sure, and they don't get enough attention. I don't believe they're very very underrated, and uh, Javier and Tosin and they're just all of there's
Mhm.
Trend.
phenomenal musicians.
They're
Uh,
trendsetters. Trendsetters, in my opinion. Nobody sounded like that before or after them, and I think
true.
that's what sets them apart from everybody else. Very unique band.
Hmm. Yes, I agree. Okay, let's see. This next one is so I don't know if you heard of it, but Aiken is well, they have a lot of albums under their belt, but the last album they've put out, Fauna, is incredible. It's a very well balanced album, I think, in the progressive metal genre. There's a lot of different elements like guitar, drums, synth, and the voice is amazing. Like he's so good. He doesn't do any harsh vocals. It's all clean, but yeah, it's like so well composed and very unique. You can hear the UK influence, like the England background from Genesis and Gentle Giant and all those bands that been like they have a certain sound that is I don't know, like typical to UK, I would say. I don't know if you guys heard of this album.
I have
I have
not.
No.
No.
mm-mm, Aiken.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
unfamiliar. Is that AKIN?
uh Haken.
HAK. Okay, I got you. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Aiken. Oh wow. Okay.
Nice.
And one, okay, this next one is very recent. Is one of the band that we've probably toured the most so far in our career, and so we developed a great friendship with them and amazing people. They musicians and people and the bands are awesome, but they've put out this latest record and it blew my mind. I've been listening to it like nonstop since it came out. Rivers of Nile, their last album, Rivers of Nile, is phenomenal. Like the Andy, his voice. So Andy was in Black Crown Initiate before, guitar and doing some clean vocals. And he joined the band a couple years ago, like recently, maybe 2 years ago. And so yeah, now he's part of the band and part of the new record. And it's just like his voice and the way he tells story with, like, the composition side. I think it's brilliant. They've really done a great job. Really proud of them. Really happy with their new album, and they've been having such a great response. And now they're touring like on very nice tours, and I'm very proud, very happy for them because they really deserve all of it. Yeah.
Right on.
So
Hell yeah.
Rivers of Nile. Uh, you heard of Tesseract?
Of
This
course.
Yes.
Yes. So funny enough, we were on tour. Was it in United States? And they were playing another club uh, near, but we couldn't, like, I could not go see them. The other boys went, and I was not listening much to Tesseract back at this time. I think it was 2023 when we did this tour with Neobliviscaris, and and so yeah, I was not really listening to them, and then I discovered their last album, War of Being, and Jesus Christ, I was really impressed. Like the vocalist doing both. One thing for me that I was not so much of a fan before is that there was no much harsh vocals, and I felt like maybe, I don't know, like the feeling was to my personal taste, obviously, like I would have loved to have a little bit more mix in between harsh vocals and the clean, and the guy is singing super well. But I feel with this last album, uh he's doing almost as much harsh than clean vocals, and it just like brings this heaviness into the fucked up rhythm riff they're doing. It's super cool. It's very nice.
Right on. Yeah. The harsh vocals. I don't know if it like adds aggression or like because I mean I feel kind of the same way. Like if there's too much clean or not enough you know death metal vocals, it just kind of takes away from the what am I looking
Heaviness.
for? Yeah, the heaviness. But then, like in the same aspect, you don't necessarily have to be harsh in order to be evil and heavy, and I mean, it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
it goes both ways. I mean, but I do understand what you're saying about the too many cleans. Because I mean, I felt that way before, and then I go back and listen to it again. Whatever album it is, it's like, oh, it's not so bad. Just
Opeth.
yeah.
Opeth is a good
Yes.
example of that because like Damnation is fucking evil,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like there's no growling in it, so it's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you know,
Of course.
take the good with the bad, but
Let's say Blackwater Park is it's a great. It's nice to hear some clean vocals, well done, but then you have like this heavy part that
Mm.
brings you back to down hurt, like fuck no, we're going down, like so
No,
good.
nobody does it as well as they do. There's that,
Right.
especially on that record. It was just so fucking beautifully done.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw them. Well, I saw them a couple of times, but they've been here recently in Costa Rica, and I they've played a lot of material from Blackwater Park. Obviously, people love this album, and yeah, his growl are just so deep, like so. He really has like a great deep growling voice. I don't know, like it's very unique to him. That's for sure.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Ackerfeld's growl is very unique. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, there are a lot of people that growl and just like not really cookie cutter, but you can't really just distinguish one from the other. But like, even whenever Ackerfeld did Bloodbath, like you could tell
Mhm.
when Ackerfeld
Oh my
was
god!
the vocalist for Bloodbath. Like just
Yeah.
I
amazing,
mean,
amazing
we've said
vocalist. And go
we've
ahead,
said
Nick.
this a number of times on our show, but like musicians from Sweden are just brilliant songwriters.
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah,
just there's no debate about it.
But you can definitely hear, like, if he sings on a song, like you can definitely hear it's him. Like he has a really authentic voice.
for sure.
Sure.
Mhm.
Uh,
Michael Ackerfeld, do our show. Okay, next album.
Right on. That's the spirit. You guys heard of the album Diluvium of Obscura?
uh,
Yes, Obscura. I've heard. I don't know if I'm familiar with that album.
Okay,
I'm not.
so obviously their first album was so I think, let me see, like it was it 2009 or 2011, their first album, but
Cosmogenesis was 2009.
2009, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, there was this fretless bass,
Jean
Joram,
Paul. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, correct.
yeah.
And yeah, amazing, this band been a big influence also for Beyond Creation, the way they introduce the fretless bass, but especially Diluvium is this lineup. When we toured with them, we toured with them twice, and a couple of years ago was 2018. We toured with them in North America, and just so crazy musician. I think the technicality of this album is incredible, like the theory and the technicality and the musicality, of course, like it's don't get me wrong, it's not the fact that it's so technical that it's not musical. They've been managing to make something that is really technical but really melodic at the same time. Like I was yeah, really blown away, and I've still today like listen to it on a kind of regular basis. Um, yeah, great album.
Absolutely.
I have a confession to make. I have not followed them since Cosmogenesis, and I did not realize that they have done 5 albums since then. I learned something today, and inadvertently from all my fault from not paying attention to Obscura, but Cosmogenesis was an amazing album. And
Yes.
I absolutely love that album, but I have not followed the band since then. But to know that they have done so many, because I looked them up on Spotify, like yeah, I know Obscura, but I'm not entirely familiar with them. But Diluvium, I'm gonna check it out.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Came out maybe 2017, or I might be wrong, but around this time, 2008, 18. Yeah.
Right on.
Um, Fallujah, their last album. You heard of Fallujah?
Of course.
Yes, yes.
Yes, their last album is incredible. Of course, all the other albums are great. The first album they've put out always been like one of the. I feel it's always a little bit like this with with bands. It's like they've put out their first album. It's something so new, so like so fresh. So most of the time, it's like okay, their first album becomes something unique in your heart. But I need to say, like their last album is fucking incredible. Like they've been with Kyle, also the vocalist, that's been doing some vocal arrangement with different notes and everything. Like it's so great. It's very well made, and we have our friend from Montreal that toured with us with Beyond Creation. He's been drumming for Beyond Creation on a tour in North America, and he's been the one recording the last album. So very proud about the work that all of those guys have done. We've toured with them before, and yeah, we're just good friend, and I'm very happy about the last album. And now we invited them to come play here in Latin America for their first time. So they're gonna be joining us next month, April and May, to play here in Latin America. So exciting, very cool.
Hell
Awesome.
yeah, awesome.
Maybe this one's gonna is gonna I don't know how in what type of what genre or subgenre you guys are mostly listening to, but in Montreal we have this band that is called Martyr.
Martin, yeah, God, I was hoping you were going to bring them up. Thank you.
Yes, uh, Feeding the Abscess is the last album they've put out, and damn, so good. So,
Very
like,
good album. Oh my God.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Musicianship is incredible. Dan Mongrain as a guitar player, singer, but as a composer, he's fucking insane. Like he plays now in Voivod,
Yep.
uh, but yeah, Martyr is so incredible. Like especially still now, but especially when you go back in those days, like there was absolutely nothing like it. Like they were unique in their genre, and it's just I saw them. I think it's one of the first metal concert that I saw. I was 15 years old, and I went to see Cataclysm, and Martyr was playing. And I was a big fan already of Martyr, and just seeing them live, oh my god, I just all the fucking bass drum like
Yeah.
was yeah, insane. Like great musicians.
Shout out to Patrice. Yeah, when you started talking earlier on, I was like, I was this close to asking you, are you a fan of Martyr? But I didn't want to ruin your list because I was hoping you were going to bring them up at some point. I saw them once at Maryland Death Fest. I can't remember what year it was, and good lord, my face melted off. I mean, Patrice is one of the fucking sickest drummers I've ever met in my life. That dude can just he can crush your soul with just one blast beat. He's so fucking incredible. And
Mhm.
like you were saying, like Dan is a really good songwriter. I mean, I've seen him with Cryptopsy, I've seen him with Voivod, but I'm so upset that I've only gotten to see Martyr just once. That really like kills me because I think they reunited maybe a couple years
Yes,
ago. Yeah,
yes,
and
they've started doing shows again like 2 years ago. They started, and I was able to catch them again. I think last year,
oh
and yeah,
man,
they were like it's very impressive because it's been a long time since
mm-hmm.
they've played together, and they don't play with clicks. They like it's all the monitors and like the old school
Yeah,
type, and they were crushing it like so bad,
oh
like
man,
so bad, so good, crushing it so good, like
yeah.
incredible.
What a great group of musicians. Those guys, they really are like a very talented band from every single member.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm unfamiliar with them, but whenever you say Patrice, I assume you're talking about Patrice Hamlin.
Yep,
Yes.
of course.
Okay,
One of-
because I mean, you say Patrice and death metal, it's like there's one guy, you know, it's like it's like you automatically know who you're talking about. It's like whenever you say Leon, you're automatically talking about Leon Del Muerte, you know, like you just
Right.
know exactly who you're talking about. But just wanted to be sure because I do want to check this out now that because like I said, I'm unfamiliar with him, but Patrice is incredible,
The album
and I
that he's
really want to
talking
hear
about,
hear his.
the album that he's talking about, Feeding the Abscess. Check that fucking album out. It's a
Okay.
proggy death metal album that just it'll take you to a whole new level of appreciation, man. It's so good,
Mhm.
so fucking
Nice.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
and even Warp Zone. Unfortunately, like of course the production was not as good as Feeding the Abscess, but the songwriting was incredible. It was so good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
And does I think Patrice played in so he played
Sulfur.
in Gorguts.
Yes. Yeah.
Gorguts, and didn't he play in Cephalic Carnage?
Yes. Absolutely.
He did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, a beast of a drummer, and so
Absolutely.
nice to talk with. He's very funny. He likes to joke, and yeah, all of those guys are super sweet.
I've had some
And they,
fun times with that guy.
Mhm. Yeah, and they just go on stage and like
Yeah.
crazy. Um, let's see, another maybe another band that's been very a big influence for me, and probably I think it's the first ever metal or death. I'm not sure, like death metal band that I discovered with the double bass drum. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like double bass drum? That does it exist? How can he go so fast with one pedal? It was Kovadzis. So I don't know if you guys heard of Kovadzis.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
No, it's a well. They don't play anymore. They don't do album, unfortunately. But they're a band from Montreal, and Forrest, our first bass player that recorded The Aura and Earthborn Evolution, he played in Kovadzis for some time. So he was playing fretless bass in this band, and yeah, just like incredible. I think the drummer now lives in, is it LA, and he's driving tour bus for bands. But yeah, you should definitely check them out. Kovadzis. Um, they've done great album. It was ahead of their time, I think. Back in those days, it was like prog metal with a lot of bass drums. There was no blast beat. That's what is uh, also very nice. It's like, okay, there's while the other are well, getting into blast beat and stuff, like they're still not integrating those blast beats, but it's just like so much playing with the cymbals and the double bass drum patterns and stuff, like very great.
Hmm.
Excellent.
Right on.
Hmm. um well, now, okay, I like, I have a lot of rock influence back in those days that I still listen to. I've been growing up with my parents listening to old rock and roll and progressive rock and stuff like this. So obviously, like Van Halen, um, Van Halen is just this kind of band that for me, you're getting in your car and you're driving is just like it motivates you so much. Like I don't know, it's just like the party type of music that just brings so much energy into your body, and you're like, fuck yeah, like gonna have a good time. But kind of funny, I was seeing a video the other day, and the singer David Lee Roth just went to an hotel in Las Vegas, and he just like go to whatever penthouse, and you knock at the door. You see those people opening the door, and they're like, who are you? Like they don't even recognize David Lee Roth, and I'm like, oh my god. How can you not know this is like a fucking legend?
I think
But yeah,
I th- I think the story behind that was that he overheard them listening to Van Halen, so
yeah,
he went to knock on the door to surprise them, and they didn't recognize him, which is a shame because I mean, I would have been like, dude, come in here with us. Like,
my
I
God,
have to ask, were you also a fan of the era they had with Sammy Hagar?
yeah, yeah. I really
Oh,
like their songs too. Yeah.
oh, absolutely. I've been on a big kick lately. I've been listening to a lot of like Balance. That was like the first Van Halen album I bought as a teenager. But Eddie is just he's just an incredible songwriter. I mean, like whether he's on guitar, playing piano, synthesizers, that dude could write a fucking song. And having his brother on drums that helped out a lot too. It must have been a really cool feeling for him.
Yeah, it was when I heard about him passing, I was like, oh no, like Van Halen has been such an iconic band, and they were
Hmm.
still like still playing shows, and I remember they reunited with David Lee Roth for
Hmm.
one show, like a couple of months or a year before he passed away, and it was kind of cool. Like, and David Lee Roth that just smashed his nose with the the
Yeah.
microphone, just like break his nose and fucking continue singing, and
Ah,
it was kind of crazy. And yeah, I love with Sammy also. Like I think he had a very very great dynamic, very great voice, and I feel also like the songs are were a little more maybe sentimental or like mellow. But I love those kind of things. Like Aerosmith, I'm a big fan. I love like the old I don't know if you call it cheesy or like whatever rock and roll that was like talking about love songs and stuff. But I kind of dig this thing. Kind of cool. And yeah, like Unchained was fucking cool. The song with
that
the bass
riff.
drum and stuff, like getting
Yeah,
more heavy. And
Mm.
absolutely.
let's see, Deep Purple also obviously, like they have so many great albums, but the one that I've been listening the most is Machine Head, uh, which I think like all the songs are so great on this album. um, and that's kind of another band that it just has a drive, like so much energy. And all the drummer was crazy guitar player going fast. And I don't recall what year Machine Head went out. Was it 79 or something like this? um, but yeah, like they were heavy for the time, like fast, heavy, and yeah, very unique in their style.
Mm. You know, Nick, actually, we should know that the year that Machine Head came out because it was just brought up by Kobe a couple of weeks ago. Our guest, one of my friends from where I live, actually had that album whenever he was growing up. Like he was, you know, he got it whenever it came out, and
Oh
he
wow.
told this whole story about how he took it to school for show and tell, and his teachers were like, he could never bring music to, he can never bring records to show and tell again. But yeah, yeah, it's a monumental album for sure. That's
uh,
you know been a staple for a lot of uh, heavy bands that now that if they didn't grow up with Machine Head, with Deep Purple, then you know might not have what we have today. But awesome album for sure.
hmm
Hmm.
So
Agree. um I mean, I have a couple of more stuff that I can throw out like this. Maybe not in the metal genre. It's more like rock metal, or like the progressive part. But
you can talk
Pliny,
about Madonna, dude. You can talk about Madonna. It's okay. We
awesome,
can.
awesome. Uh, so Pliny is a good friend of us. He's the one who introduced us to Strandberg. Strandbergs are the headless guitar that we are playing. So those beasts right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's made in Sweden, and when we toured Japan, I think it was the second time we were touring Japan, and I knew about this company. It was very new, and I we couldn't find any of those guitars back in Montreal, and so when we were in Tokyo, I was like, okay, before the show, let's go. There's a huge music store over there, and I went there with my guitar player in a hope to find a Strandberg guitar. And after 2 hours looking through, like, there's four, I think, four floors, and Jesus Christ, so many guitars. Didn't find any, so I'm like, okay, we need to go to the show and kind of start walking back. And just before getting out, I saw this guitar, like a Strandberg guitar, was there. So I just got crazy. I picked it up, tried it, fell in love with it, and after a tour, when I got back, I saw Pliny. Pliny is an Australian musician, incredible. He's put out a bunch of albums since 2000, 2013. I think you've started to put some EPs out, and played with many great musicians. And then, yeah, I just opened the Strandberg website, and he was there. Pliny was there with the guitar, and I was like, wow, what a coincidence! Like, Pliny was Pliny was at our show in Sydney when we played in Australia. So we did like Japan, Australia, and he wrote to me like, "Hey, it was a very nice show." So I'm like, "Dude, are you playing with Strandberg guitars?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm in contact with them and playing those instruments." And I'm like, "Duh, I need those." So introduce me to Ola Strandberg, and that's how the love with this these guitars came. But yeah, Pliny Shootout is a incredible guitar player, incredible composer too. Um, like, great albums, great musicianship throughout all the albums, a lot of different influence, and some jazz stuff with saxophones. And yeah, I don't know if you ever heard of Pliny, but he's getting very popular lately. He gained a lot of fans all around the world.
Right on.
um, I discovered I discovered one recently, Ladrones, which is a band from Mexico, and those guys are super nice. Like the music that they write, it's all in Spanish. So so yeah, it's a bit you need to, like, adapt a little bit. Now that I live here in Costa Rica, like, it felt maybe a little more easy to understand or to get into those songs. But but yeah, like, crazy guitar player, crazy musicians. The drummers, the singer are singing super nice. And yeah, Ladrones, the album Mexican Pesado, is a real gem.
Nice.
You guys heard of Snarky Puppy?
Yes. Yes. I have a friend who's a big fan.
Heard of them. Never heard of them. I don't believe.
Okay, so they deliver a very crazy show, because they're like, I don't know, like, I think 9 or 12 people. Last time I saw them, I think they were nine. So there's the drummer, there's a percussionist, there's some brass, guitar, drum, synthesizer, and singers. And yeah, they do like this album that I love is We Like It Here. It's very impressive, very musical too. and super jazzy. And when Beyond Creation was invited to the Junos with our latest album, Algorithm, the drummer from Snarky Puppy was there. So I almost shit my pants. I was like, oh my god, this guy is a fucking legend. Like he's so good, so great. Um, so yeah, Snarky Puppy, we like it here is one truly amazing album.
Oh yeah.
Um, I mean, there's Wolfpack with Cory Wong, Dirty Loops is very prog rock jazz stuff, very funky. Also, like it gets you to move your body, like get in the mood and move pretty good. Lettuce, lettuce. It's always funny to say this, but lettuce, name of the band. Uh, they've put out an album called Crush, and it's kind of like there's a lot of brass in there. It's very similar um, to Wolfpack or what Curry Wong is doing. So very interesting. Very it's nice when you're driving, you listen to this stuff and like it brings a good vibe. Like keep going. I like this a lot.
Okay. So you're Cory Wong. Is that what you're saying? The Volpec, the Cory Wong.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
correct.
So is he just like a one man project? Because I've heard the name. My best friend saw Cory Wong open up for Humphreys McGee several years ago, and I don't. I mean, is he just like a one man project? I mean, is it like a Trent Reznor thing where he writes the music but then brings out other musicians with him? Or is it like does he have like a machine where he like loops the guitars and then plays over it? Or
No, he plays with a lot of different musicians.
okay,
But like yeah, there's Wolfpack where Curry Wong plays in this band. Wolfpack
hmm
is a band itself, but Curry Wong plays with a lot of different artists. Um, he played with this band Dirty Loops. The bass player, well, all of them, they're all crazy, but the bass player, I think he plays like 6 string bass or 7 strings, and it's just like
Mm.
insane. Like the drummer is putting so much feels and stuff, and they've done a cover of Michael Jackson Thriller. And funny enough, most of the time it's like, okay, you listen to the original and you're like, the original is better. If you find like a cover, you're like, okay, it's cool, but you always come back to the original. And now
right,
it's like for for like the only time I think it's like, okay, this cover is better than the original. Like it's so good, so crazy. Like they've managed to represent well the song, and like it's very easy to catch up with the song, like you remember and the voice and everything. But they throw in some elements that are like mind blowing for if you're musicians. You're like, wow, okay, like that was impressive. Like technicality and stuff. Yeah, it's
right on.
very cool. So yeah, Curry Wong is a independent player that plays with different. I think you've put out like a bunch of solo album, like a personal project
Gotcha,
album.
gotcha.
Uh,
Okay,
yeah,
all right. So you want to talk about one more,
yeah,
or
sure, sure, sure. I think well, there's a fellow Canadian. Now he lives. I think he lives in LA. But Nick Johnston. So Nick Johnson is, it's like more bluesy kind of vibe, but it's like rock pop blues and a little bit of, I would say, like the metal vibe um, in there. There's no like super heavy part, but you can feel in the background like he's listening to metal and incorporating some elements of it. Uh, And yeah, those two albums, I've been listening to them so much. One is White Eyes in the Dark, and the other one is Remarkably Human. And yeah, just the feel, it's instrumental music, so there's no vocals. So for people who likes instrumental music, blues, rock, metal, definitely some albums to check, and artists to check. Nick Johnston is an incredible guitar player and composer. Like, he has a lot of orchestration into the music. It's very easy to listen, because like the melody that he puts out is something mesmerizing. So like, you it kind of gets stuck in your head, and you can, like, you stop listening to the music, and you still continue in your head with this. Like, it's easy enough, but just like the right amount. And at the same time, again, it's always something for me that I'm looking out into songwriting or artists, but like something that is easy to listen, but if you pay close attention to the small details, it's like, okay, I like not necessarily everybody will notice this, but you've done something like super super nice, like musically, like theoric. uh, yeah, I think it's a very good blend of all those elements.
Right
Killer.
on.
And
Yeah.
it's Johnson with a T in there, right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. I was just making sure, so we can look this up later.
Hmm.
That was awesome. Well, hell yeah. Thank you very much, Simon, for bringing this great list of albums to our show. Uh,
Well,
Jeff, you got anything to add?
No, I just I still can't believe that I just kind of gave up on Obscura. Like that just boggles my mind that they've done it after Cosmogenesis and I never paid any attention to, and I'm ashamed. I'm totally cutting all that part out where I've openly admitted to not following Obscura, but um no, this was yeah. I got nothing. I'm good. I got
Well,
so.
oh,
cool.
thank
Well, thank you to our guest, Simon. Thank you to everybody who watched this week, and we will see you all next week.
Yep. All right. See you guys.
Final bang, bang, bang with my life.